Let's say when you sell AMC at whatever price, or you hold to $1,000 a share, whatever price, and then you end up making tons of money, like kind of money that you never even thought possible to make in less than a year. Okay, let's just say you hit the lottery. Now, have you ever thought about how you're gonna handle that new money coming in, that wealth? Have you thought about taxes, for example? Because hey, we live in the US, and wherever you might be watching this video and being an AMC investor, I don't care. You have to pay taxes. You will have to pay taxes. That's how things work. I mean, if I'm just breaking down to you and it's new to you, then welcome to the club. But yeah, you have to pay taxes, short term, long term, capital gains. You have to pay taxes. Like you pay taxes on your paycheck, you have to pay tax. Do you know that if you also let that money sit in a savings account, it's pretty much like you're having a Ferrari and you're letting it sit in the garage, knowing that you could sell that thing or lease it or run it to, and have a lot of fun with it. It's like having some diamonds in your safe or in your, in your house, in your pockets, and then walking around and begging for money when you have diamonds in your pockets. So I guess the purpose of this video, guys, is to really draw our attention onto how to make sure that the money we were gonna make on AMC or any other place or any other investments you may have on the market now, when it pays off, so when you get out, how to make sure, first of all, I manage that gain properly. And part of managing that gain properly is to pay as less taxes as possible. So how does the rich, the ultra rich, how do they manage to have as less taxes as possible? As a matter of fact, do you know that Amazon in 2019 did not pay any taxes at all? Instead, they got a $130 million tax refund. I'm talking about the biggest business on earth right now, getting $130 million back from the IRS, from the government. Doesn't make sense, right? And you and I are struggling with taxes, paying huge amount year after year. Do you know that Warren Buffett pays less taxes than his secretary? This is a known fact for years. The point is, if the rich and the ultra rich and the billionaires have less than zero to pretty much zero tax at the end of the year, it's because they're doing something we're not doing. And by figuring it out and giving you, without getting too much detail, because I think depending on how the video goes and the reaction, we may potentially have, a standalone detailed standalone video on this. But to give you a pretty much big picture, the thing is, you have to reinvest everything you made if you want to avoid taxes. And there are pretty smart ways, legal smart ways. Okay, we're not trying to do legal stuff here. No, illegal. We're getting square with the law and the rules. So if you invest all the money that you made or all the money you earn, that's pretty much a way of avoiding major taxes. But there are so many other ramifications that you need to do after that. But I just want you to keep in mind that you have to start looking at how I'm going to reinvest that money. Do I'm going to put it in the stock market? Do I want to put it in the real estate market? Do I want to put it in the business? Do I want to, put it in an account in Luxembourg or Liechtenstein or in Panama, because I want to avoid those taxes here in the US? Or do I want to build and set up a scheme? Do I want to put up a process where I will also make sure that I still get paid passive income or some sort of income without having to get taxes heavily or to get taxes at all? Yeah, it's possible. It is possible. These are topic that we need to start having and thinking about now, because the squeeze is going to happen at the very least moment you're expecting it to happen. So if you are caught off guard, then you're going to act like somebody who just won the lottery and squandered all that money without getting any clue about how to manage so much money, especially when you get it so quickly, like all of a sudden. I mean, you've been holding so far, but it will feel like all of a sudden I have millions, I have multi millions. So, guys,